As Harry mentioned, my name is April Peterson, and I am the HR manager at PathPoint. As I completed the survey twice, I have some tips that I hope will be helpful for you. My first tip is to start early. We participated in a pilot survey last year, and so we had a good idea of what to expect this go around. And even with that knowledge, it still took me about 8 hours over the course of several days to collect all of the information. So I definitely recommend starting early if you haven't already. My second tip is to download the PDF. When you log into the survey website, you can download a complete file of the survey questions. The website is very easy to use and it stores your responses as you go. But for me, I found it easier to work from the PDF and then enter my responses once I was done with everything. The reason for that is that some of the questions relate to each other, and it was easier for me to cross-reference them within the PDF rather than clicking through multiple pages on the website. And it also made it easier for my team to review all of the responses before submitting them. My third tip is to create a plan. Up front, I spent probably about 30 minutes reviewing the entire survey, and I used that time to read through all of the questions thoroughly, determining what reports I would need to pull, who else I would need to work with, and what clarifications I needed. The questions are pretty straightforward, but there were a few that I wasn't quite sure about. And so I identified those up front and contacted DDS to get clarity. My fourth tip is regarding data access. You'll want to make sure that you have that. Some of the questions will be very easy for you, like what regional centers do you work with? But others will require fairly extensive data collection. At PathPoint, we have an all-in-one HR information system for all of our payroll, HR, and benefits needs. So for us, with just a little bit of report building and Excel magic on my part, I was able to access most of the data myself. However, I know that a lot of organizations may outsource some or even all of these functions. And so you'll want to start early so that you have time to work with your outside business partners to get the data that you need. Also, depending on who is completing the survey for your organization, you may need to engage with other departments to access the data, which leads me to my last tip, which is teamwork. The survey asks questions about your general business operations, program operations, and human resources. So make it a team effort with your HR and program departments. For us, there was a fair amount of back and forth answering some of the questions. So just make sure you allow time for that collaboration to happen.